Oh, and by the way, Erin's phone died, so she's been giving people Shelby's number to take calls as the Pink Ranger. Okay, it's a plot point, but seriously? Seriously? I mean, seriously? Really? Really? Hello there, heroes. I am the Orange Ranger, and it is finally time. 147 days have come and gone, and a brand new episode of Power Rangers Dino SuperCharge has aired in the United States. And you know what that means? It's time for another Power Rangers Dino SuperCharge episode review. Somebody call up Pinocchio, because today we're learning a lesson about lying in the 9th episode of Dino SuperCharge, Besties 4Eva. By the way, it's kind of a spoiler for the end of the review, but this episode had half a point deducted from it the second I heard that title. It's just such a stupid text speak kind of a title. Besties Forever would have been fine, but we're not only replacing the FOR with the number 4, but ever with Eva? No thanks. The episode starts at the cafe where the Rangers are being entertained by Shelby's best friend, Erin. The two of them are so close, this is the first time we're meeting her after 30 episodes. Anyway, we quickly find out that there's a straining little quirk in the two's friendship. Erin tends to take credit for things that she didn't actually do. It starts out innocent enough. Erin tells the other Rangers that she wrote a song that she and Shelby performed at a talent show and they won. Shelby goes to clear off the table and Chase decides to help her out, and for a moment I thought he had actually noticed Shelby's reaction when Erin said this. But when the two of them get alone, he just asks her about the song again, giving her a chance to explain to the audience that actually Shelby wrote it and that Erin tends to take credit for things that she didn't do. I really think this was kind of a missed opportunity. Shelby and Chase have some history together from prior episodes and have grown closer as a result. I really would have liked it if Chase had noticed that Shelby was upset and that he was the one that asked her about it. Anyway, Chase soon gets a taste of this little quirk for himself when he, Shelby, and Erin go to pick up some ice cream for everyone, and Erin claims that it's her treat when Chase is the one who actually bought it. This is the point in the episode where this little quirk crossed the line for me in terms of the plot. In what world does someone say that they bought something for everyone when they didn't, and the person who actually bought it not object? I mean, the episode will go on to establish that Shelby doesn't say anything to Erin about this because they're best friends and she doesn't want to risk losing that. But Chase just met Erin. You could say that he would be concerned about how Shelby would react to his objection, except for the fact that Shelby just complained to him about her doing this. Chase is just meeting Erin. There's no friendship for him to protect. This is interrupted by a single spike ball attacking an elderly woman for her groceries because he smells cinnamon, which Heckle apparently wants. The Rangers actually have a really cute, what do we do about her moment before Tyler sputters that they'll all meet at the cafe. And then they proceed to all run off in different directions. That was cute in an awkward sort of way, but why didn't they yell different places? No, the movie theater's safer. No, we should go to the police station. So the Rangers have a really quick fight around the theme song and destroy the spike ball. Its club flies over towards Erin, and then a reporter shows up, which is something else that it's only taken 31 episodes to actually see. The reporter is a little eager for a story and kind of jumps to conclusions, asking Erin if she's the Pink Ranger. And of course, Erin steals the credit yet again and tells the reporter that she is. The Rangers get back to the cafe, but Erin isn't there yet. However, they do see the news report on a laptop, and Shelby learns what Erin is claiming. Coda asks Shelby why she stopped being the Pink Ranger, which I think is taking the whole dumb caveman thing a little bit too far. It would have been fine for him to say that he thought Shelby was the Pink Ranger. That's okay, he gets confused pretty easily. But to just take the news report as gospel and ask Shelby, who he literally just fought alongside as the Pink Ranger, and then returned straight to the cafe with why she quit being the Pink Ranger? Really? Erin finally gets back to the cafe, and Shelby pulls her aside for a rather interesting conversation. She needs to confront her best friend about claiming she's the Pink Ranger, without revealing that she actually is the Pink Ranger herself. Erin, of course, doesn't see the harm in any of this, and besides, the best reason Shelby has as to why Erin couldn't actually be the Pink Ranger is that the Pink Ranger wouldn't sign autographs. Uh-huh. Oh, and by the way, Erin's phone died, so she's been giving people Shelby's number so she can take her calls that way. Okay, it ends up being a plot point, but seriously, nobody would be this woman's bestie. She'd have been slapped stupid long before now. But Shelby won't even admit that there's anything wrong. All the way on the other side of the sensitivity spectrum, Heckle spits out a cookie because it doesn't have any cinnamon in it. The monster who made it, Halfbaked, explains that there's no cinnamon because the Rangers stopped that spike ball and asks if he can go have a shot at them. Heckle and Wrench find this idea hilarious, so Halfbaked decides to sneak out. He runs into Wrench on his way out, and the two of them actually fight over him trying to leave, with Halfbaked electrocuting Wrench with a ship wire. Wrench mentions short-circuiting, which officially confirms that he is an android, and not just like a dude in armor. Shelby tells Ivan and Riley that a new charger that Kendall is working on will be able to channel the power of all of their energems, not just the first 5. Ivan says they should call it the Victory Maximum Charger. Kendall rejects this name and decides to call it the Dino X Charger. Not to be confused with the Dino Armor X Charger. It was a little weird that Shelby said all your energems when she was only talking to 2 people. And by the way, tuck this scene away for later. The alarm goes off, so the Rangers all casually stroll over to the monitor, get confirmation that there is a monster present on Earth, and casually stroll out. Erin is basking in the fame of being a public superhero when, uh-oh, her services are required. There's a monster in the park. Go, Pink Ranger, go! To her credit, she does head in that direction and actually cleverly instructs the crowd that wants to follow her that for their own safety they need to stay put. Halfbaked wants to prove himself against the Rangers, but first, Wrench would like a piece for that whole zapping him thing. The two of them fight until the Rangers show up, and funny enough, Tyler says, "Hey, you two don't need to stop fighting just because we're here." Tyler takes on Halfbaked one-on-one, while the other Rangers take on Wrench. Wrench is kind of overloaded from having been electrocuted, and after getting the upper hand on Chase, he explodes. But he's okay. Meanwhile, Tyler handles Halfbaked enough to make him retreat while Erin hides in the area. The Rangers meet back up to take on Wrench. Wrench summons a group of Vivics, so this time Chase takes on Wrench one-on-one while the other Rangers fight the Vivics. So, wait a second. Just before, you had one Ranger fighting a monster while 5 Rangers took on Wrench. Now you have just one Ranger fighting Wrench and 5 Rangers fighting a group of Vivics? Anyway, Chase and Wrench fight, Chase blasts Wrench, and there's an explosion. So is Wrench dead this time? I mean, he's not. We're going to see him later in the episode. But Chase, for some reason, just assumes that Wrench escaped. Somehow. And heads back to the Rangers. Back over where Tyler and Halfbaked fought, Erin emerges from her hiding spot near the smoldering car, and the reporting team with the worst timing in all of Amber Beach shows up. Of course, for all we know, this is the only reporting team in Amber Beach. Erin once again takes credit for being the Pink Ranger, but this time it backfires. Halfbaked is still in the area and overhears her. This gives him a real plan to kidnap the Pink Ranger and ransom her for the energems. Back at the lab, Shelby is frustrated once again seeing Erin on TV claiming to be the Pink Ranger, and Keeper asks her what's wrong. Keeper doesn't as much counsel Shelby as just channel his inner Barney the dinosaur and outrightly state the moral of the episode. You can't expect your friends to change if you don't tell them that what they're doing is bothering you. Then Aaron gets grabbed by Halfbaked on live TV. Riley once again just calmly strolls over to the scanner. You know, maybe the Rangers are still just a little stiff after being off for 5 months. They think to scan for Aaron's cell phone, but Shelby remembers that that's dead. Then she remembers that Aaron has her cell phone because of that whole diva act. As they put all of this together, the egg timer rings on the Dino X charger, with Kendall saying that if this thing works the way it should, it'll take out even Heckle. The Rangers get to where the scanner says the phone should be, but they don't see anything. Again, I think they must be a little bit rusty because it takes them a good couple of seconds to realize that they need to be thinking in 3 dimensions. Shelby spots an open sewer cover and they all head down in a really lazily edited sequence where not only are they just suddenly all morphed, but it's just back-to-back shots of them dropping down. It did not look good at all. This is a pretty strange sewer, too. Apparently Amber Beach sewers not only have plenty of sunlight, but even grass and trees. I mean, it's almost like it's really badly matched Sentai footage. Anyway, Halfbaked has taken inspiration from some of the earlier Power Rangers seasons and has Aaron stuffed into a giant pastry, planning to cook her if the Rangers don't hand over their Energems. However, Halfbaked realizes that this plan is belly up when the Pink Ranger shows up with the others. They fight your requisite food-themed fight with all of the food puns. The Rangers then decide to use their brand new charger, and it's time for me to get nitpicky. So the Rangers decide to use the Dino X charger and the Victory charger. But Shelby told Ivan and Riley that the X charger would be able to channel the power of all of the Energems by itself. Also, Tyler calls this the Victory Maximum Attack. You remember that name that Ivan suggested and Kendall rejected when Tyler wasn't even there? The splashy graphic for this attack features 7 dinosaurs. Once again, Shelby said that this charger would channel the power of all of the Energems, meaning at least the 9 dinosaurs that they have Energems for. Anyway, Tyler puts the 2 chargers into Rexy back to back, and the Victory Maximum Final Strike takes out Halfbaked. The Rangers free Aaron, who apologizes to Shelby, not that she knows it's Shelby, for claiming to be the Pink Ranger. Heckle says that he should let Halfbaked fry for this. He's already dead, dude. But fires the Magna Beam anyway. Halfbaked's dough rises. Okay, that one was pretty funny. And we get another, well, half-baked Zord fight. It's more piloting weirdness. Ivan and Chase summon their Zords to form the Terra Charge Megazord Para formation. But it's Shelby who gets the Dino SuperDrive Saber, which I'm just about to start calling the Focus Episode Sword, and she pilots in the lead position. So, after another sell-the-toy Zord fight that added nothing to the episode, Aaron apologizes to the media for claiming she was the Pink Ranger. Oh, I guess there are other reporters in Amber Beach. Then she heads to the cafe. She apologizes to Shelby for all the time she stole credit from her, and admits to the other Rangers that it was Shelby who wrote that talent show song. They sing it, and then everybody sings it, ending the episode with another real Barney the Dinosaur type moment. Was it cute?
No! No! No, 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 absolutely not. No, 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 for the love of God, no!
I'd worry about finding my shovel, but it's invisible. So, let's dig up some fossils. Episode 9, Besties 4Eva. Pros, the show is back. It actually makes good use of original footage to tell its story, and Aaron is a pretty well-written character. Except cons, she's a normal character saddled with a nearly psychotic character flaw that only serves the plot. Sentai footage is badly matched, #sewertree, and the simple moral and simpler song serve to give the episode a preschool TV feel. Oh, and a title so terrible it loses half a point for that alone. This feels about as bad as Riches and Rags, but the title deduction brings Besties 4Eva down to 2 super fossils out of 5. This episode actually did make surprisingly good use of original footage. That entire first battle with the spike ball was actually original footage, and there's other original footage that adds to the episode. This is how I think Power Rangers should be made. Make use of the Sentai footage, of course, but don't be afraid to add an original footage battle now and then. The reason that I said Erin was a well-written character is because of how she reacts to things. She's very quick-minded and intelligent, which reflects years of doing the kind of lying she does in this episode, and constantly needing to improvise and ad-lib. The key moment for that in this episode is when she leaves to go fight the monster in the park and tells the crowd they need to stay put for their own safety. Of course, she has no intention of actually fighting the monster, but she was very quick-minded to come up with a reason that the crowd couldn't follow her. But yeah, Erin's character flaw is kind of the crutch of this episode, and it is a weak one. Nobody would be this girl's best friend. This taking credit thing borders on a mental disorder. I mean, to go pick up ice cream with 2 other people, one of whom paid for it, and then just flat out lie and say that she was the one who bought it? I mean, who does that? Actually, I wouldn't really have minded it as much if they had painted it as kind of a mental disorder. Something kind of like Tourette's syndrome, something she can't really help happening, but she is working on overcoming it. Instead, all we get is, she's the sweetest girl in the world, and she's also a pathological liar. The final fight against Halfbaked taking place in a sewer is just a bad explanation of Sentai footage. In Kyoryuger, it was an alternate dimension, and that's a little far out there for Power Rangers these days. But to me, this looked a lot more like an abandoned warehouse than a sewer. Why did it need to be a sewer? Nothing about this set screams sewer. To me, this just seems like a mistake by the writers. And between Keeper apparently being Barney's great uncle or something and the cutesy song right at the end of the episode, do the producers think the age range of the show is shifting younger? I realize that Power Rangers isn't written for adults like me, but not only has the show overall produced episodes that were more mature and sophisticated than this one, this season has. Dino Charge and even SuperCharge have given us episodes that were better written, frankly, than this one. Is the production team even aware that this show goes away for 5 months at a time? We started the hiatus with a meaningless filler episode, and we ended the hiatus with a meaningless filler episode. To my memory, we've never even gotten so much as a dangling plot thread, let alone a cliffhanger, through the hiatus. I'm already mystified how this show survives 5-month gaps without new episodes, but to not even give viewers a reason to come back when there are new episodes? To me, that points to a philosophy of relying on the dumb kids. You know, the ones that are going to watch Power Rangers, whether it's reruns or new episodes. Well, we're back. Yay. I wish I was more optimistic, but SuperCharge is seriously trending downwards right now. There are story elements coming that I know are going to lead to good episodes, but right now it seems like they could have been spread out a little better. Well, the first Power Rangers Dino SuperCharge episode review after the hiatus is in the books. Thank you guys so much, as always, for watching. Make sure to like the video by clicking that like button right down below. Let me know your thoughts on this episode down in the comments that are also below. And make sure to subscribe to see my reviews every week now that the show is back on the air. And hey, if you happen to have a couple of bucks floating around that you don't have anything else to do with, head over to my channel page and click on that blue support button. And as always, until next time, may the power protect you. Hello there, heroes. I am the Orange Ranger, and welcome, no, it's finally time. And this is the point where this little quirk... I mean, the episode will go on to establish that Shelby doesn't say anything to Aaron about this because the two of them are best friends, and she doesn't want to risk losing that. However, I don't know. Wrench is kind of overloaded from the energy from the being electrocuted, and while Tyler takes on Halfbaked one-on-one, while the other Rangers take on Wrench. Wrench is kind of overloaded from the electricity. In the meantime, Tyler handles Halfbaked enough to make him retreat, while Aaron hides in the area. The Rangers this gives him the idea for a real plan to kidnap the Pink Ranger, planning to cook her if the Rangers don't. That's for the best. That take was pretty bad. She tells the other Rangers that Shelby was the one who wrote that talent show song, which they sing, and then everybody sings. Who does that? What's the deal with these people that claim credit for buying ice cream when they didn't buy the ice cream? But yeah, Aaron's character flaw is the crutch of this episode, and it is a weak one, and I don't know the rest of these takes. The final fight against Halfbaked being in a sewer was just a bad explanation of Sentai footage. The fight against Halfbaked taking place... Do the producers think that the age range for Power Rangers is shifting younger? Do the producers think the age range for the show is shifting younger? I realize that Power Rangers isn't written for adults like me. We started the hiatus on a meaningless filler episode, and we ended the hiatus on a meaningless filler episode. To my memory, we've never even gotten so much as a dangling plot thread, let alone a cliffhanger through the hiatus. Pieces of fuck! Let me know your thoughts on this episode in the comments, also below. And make sure to subscribe to the channel to see new reviews every week the first Power Rangers Dino SuperCharge episode review outside of the farting of the milk monkey dude dancer